Thanks for joining me. This is Mike Hamilton from Trade the Easy Way, and you're looking at the charts for the Dow, and we're on a major pivot here, as you can see on this fib level here, and trying to hold with about 50 minutes to go till the end of the trading day in the US. And so at the moment, no sign of any kind of reversal, far from it. If we lose our footing here in the last hour and close under that 980 level, 975, then that opens the door for a retest of 156 here on the weekly chart. Get a monthly close tomorrow, so this monthly chart here, down here bottom right, is looking pretty ill. We're potentially closing under that trend line. So markets are still very much bearish. I had a good day in the room today. If I'll just send you a link to the Scalper School, which is on next week. We'll talk about that at the very end for a minute. This pound yen, this blue line here is not fibs. That's the key support level from May 06, May 5, May 6, this sort of time period, before we had a nice move up until 196, and we've been selling on highs ever since. It's the same story as the Dow. It's at a pivotal level, but not looking as if we can sustain this up here. The monthly, however, has got a bigger pivot. I've got the monthly 200 EMA just underneath us here at 178, 179. So a couple of hundred plus points just underneath us, but that is not looking good. If you took away the moving averages, what you'd be left with is a chart that is potentially looking like this in 2008. So yeah, we start slipping through 179, and the next place this could stop is 168. And moving averages are like guide ropes. They're not like walls, they are like guide ropes. They're not there just to protect the markets, they're there just as a simple guideline. And so the markets do generally respect, the bigger the time frame, the more likely the market is to respect that moving average, which is why I've just got the 50 and the 200 EMA on this one. And you can see got the cross up here, sold off, punched into that cross, and then had a very nice leg down, and that was the third wave down here. So this is potentially wave one of this correction level, unless of course we can start to hold this week. Right, so not great markets at the moment. If you're looking for anything to trend, it's while the markets have been trending down, the pound yen tends to follow the indices. That's why this looks very much like the Dow. So we've got this downtrend in the Dow and the yen pairs. So again, sell any highs, just be wary. We are low here. We have got some divergence here on the MACD at the bottom. The stochastic momentum, and this is very similar to the RSI. It doesn't really matter which one you use. We are coming to that support, but let's just see how we handle it. At the moment, it's not great. We get the first of the US jobs data tomorrow. We get so that's an early indication of what the jobs data could give us. So let's watch out for that. Look at the sticking with the yen pairs. This is the euro yen, just tucking itself underneath that massive area of resistance. I think this could just fall off the edge. Again, decent moving average there, 200 EMA there in the monthly. So these markets have got it all to do. The bulls have got to hold this up over the next, end of today and into tomorrow. Otherwise, that bodes badly for Friday's non-farm payroll, the big one. Dollar pairs, pound US. It's trying to hold. It's definitely trying to hold. There is a lot of support down here, 151, 60 area, 50 area. So it's desperately trying to cling on, but not doing a great job. This monthly chart here, the bottom right, that's going to give us. It looks as if we're heading for 3 lower closes on the monthly. So the major resistance here is 250. If we see that tomorrow, I will just continue to short it. And just stick with the trend. Don't try and pick a bottom on this one because there's certainly no key reversal signal there at the moment. What else am I looking at? Not a lot else going on. I did nibble on this one yesterday. I haven't touched it today. This is the Aussie US. And this 69.40 area here, the low is a key level of support from the low on the 10th of September and the low on 24th of September. But it is very unconvincing, so I am not engaging that market. We have got this potential divergence here on the MACD. So the MACD, a nice low on the 7th. At the moment, this low is petering out, but any break of 69.40, any break of that low could send that scurrying down. Particularly, the dollar pairs, if the numbers are good on the jobs data, then I think we're going to see the stronger dollar. Let's switch over to the dollar basket. And you can see the dollar basket dominated by, this is the average of all the dollar pairs, dominated by the euro. And it's just clinging on to 96. So it would need to break under 95 to release the pound US to the upside and the euro US for further growth. Speaking of which, euro US at just testing the 50%. So 3 days of selling from the 18th, inching our way up, just grinding our way up, but not very successfully. US dollar CAD has been grinding its way up as well. So that's hit a fib resistance level. You can see on this monthly chart, we're smack into a fib, the high of the fib zone here. So, and that is taken from the high of Jan 2002 and the low of November 2007. So these markets are just pivoting and not doing a whole heap at the moment. Switching to gold. Just trying to cling on. Weekly failed at our key level up there and had 3 days of selling. What would I do with that? I wouldn't do anything with that at the moment. I would just leave that buy. Why? Because we're trapped between the 20 and the 50 cross down here and the 200 up there. So I suspect that could shuffle around in that price range a little more. Oil had an attempt to break up today and didn't really succeed. Just crashed into that 50 EMA. So all the time we're under the 50. This could end up just breaking low and falling off. You can see from this weekly chart here, really flat since the end of August. Really not doing anything. And let's just look at a couple of stocks. And I want to call up. Let's look at Glencore. There's a lot of talk in the room about Glencore today. Heavily sold, big commodity broker. Fell out of the tree from 310, and we're just down to 80. £8. So we've come off of a nice big number of 70. Getting some divergence in the MACD here, but obviously it's at the moment all pullbacks are getting sold. So the jury is out on that one. That is not a reversal pattern. It's held very much inside a very bearish bar yesterday, so we'll see what that one can do. Let's look at this one here. Lennar, property company, was hoping for a bit of a higher pullback. We're not getting it. Nice chart pattern up here. I shorted up here a couple of weeks back. Wasn't around last week for the pullback. That's a gap fill. So it's filled the gap, come back into a key pivot level of 54, and here we are down here coming into the close with 40 minutes left, and that's looking pretty ill. I would still hold out for a pullback to try and get short higher up. What the danger is with this is we get to Friday and the data's not that great, so the market thinks that it's not going to get a rate rise, and this pushes up. The reason why I mentioned some fundamentals is because we're coming into a support level here. I look as if potentially, obviously this market's not closed yet, but if we close above that, I could see a recovery. Break 46.22 tomorrow, and that could tumble still further. I haven't thrown any fibs on this, so if I now throw fibs on this from the last move, you can see the 50% here is 45.84, and then the bottom of the fib zone is 43.30. Okay, I hope that helps. Now, Scalper School is kicking off next Wednesday on the 7th of October, 10 AM British Summer Time. It's 2 modules over 2 sessions and 3 live trading sessions. And of course, if you are a member, then you're going to get 4 live trading sessions a week anyway. So what I would suggest you do is become a member, and then you get the discount for the course. Now, the course is really about identifying the trend of the day. So we're scalping within the trend of the day. This is, I know you can't see this very clearly, but this is a chart of what I did today in the room on the pound yen. We took 60 points in 15 minutes. It actually says 10 there. That's incorrect. It's the 3 5-minute bars up there. So we bought a pivotal level and I sold into it. You can see I actually had an exit level up here at 250, 240. I didn't use that. I just took this off after a 15-minute move. 60 pips in 15 minutes I was fine with. And so what you're going to get on this course is I'm going to equip you to learn how to get in these markets at the peak time of the day, peak time of the week, and then get out again in a relatively short period of time, so you've got the rest of the day to do something else. Because I realise a lot of traders are, chart gazing, potentially missing the move because they spend too long at their screens. On Scalper School, you'll learn when to be at your screens and when not to be at your screens. You'll learn how I line these charts up, what I did on that pound yen today, and what I do in the room all the time. And you have the security of a scorecard system, a cheat sheet basically, and a journal. And you've also got the option of having a one-to-one with me for half an hour after the course. So we got a chance to, you've got a chance to do a Q&A with me Ideally, it'd be a good opportunity for you to show me your journal, go through some trades, talk about refining the criteria of this setup, making sure you understand it properly, and so you come away from this course with a very clear plan and a very clear setup of how to get in and out of the markets quickly with a lot less risk, because you are going to be avoiding chop. You could be learning how to pick your time and pick your spot. All right. The link at the bottom of the page will take you to the registration. If you register, then you'll get an invoice for the fee, and then we can get on and start getting ready for the webinar next week. All right, there's a link on top left view of this video to send you to this, to send you to the page on my website about Scalper School, and then free to register. Any questions, let me know. Otherwise, see you at the next update.